Well, the game's what it's all about, though, anyway, isn't it, Michael? Muter is starting off on Vertigo, always one of my favorite maps, and he's starting to push through lane. And Mana, in the meanwhile, going to be forced back into the CT side of things, but can't really collect on anyone.
I mean, a pretty amicable way to start things off. Just a simple plant, and Saw can get that down. They actually fake the plant initially, and that's going to get Roman killed out in the open. The dualies just spring into action. A 3k from those dualies, and AVN as well just pinning heads against the wall. 0-10. Sure, it might have started off a little slow, but Soul worth another. Sometimes the sprites sort of mishmash against each other, and they can be outlined inside of it, so Roman doesn't stick around. When one smoke fades, it can actually reveal you inside of it. And after all that attention over to B, now they redivert and are ready to contact into this A bomb site. Story spotted, so Kyofo can land that Molotov in, but he's been dropped, and Nemanha flashed up. Can't finish his food. 4-on-2, and Saw has then. Saw could be in trouble. It's all about whether they get there, though. The first two maps in the series are pretty confident and comfortable ones for Saw.
Yeah, they're definitely a good team on Anubis as well. But in the meanwhile, there are advantages being lost by Saw already. It's a 4-on-3, and they're rotating back into Nemana, who's got a grenade that could be nicely placed. If he can actually do some good damage over here, that would be massive. And now it goes outwards. It will get Roman down to just 50 points of HP. Even a bit of damage and maybe assistance could have been given from Keofa, but Story's there to stop the CT push from coming through. An M4 to be recovered, but use B bomb site. That does seem to be the plan so far. And it starts off with just a contact made in through middle. Nemana will be trying to get a flank in. Good for just the one. Can he go for any more? There is a man left behind to watch out for him. It's IGL on IGL action, and it will be the Balkan to win. Nemana brings down Muterus, and it's a full 3-on-3.
Not exactly got a lot of utility. One flash is all they have, and they're all coming in from very similar angles, but in from the high ground, Brute sees nothing. Nemanha just hoping someone goes in at the rafters. Flash in. They'll try and make their move. Brute finding the first, and Kyofo right behind him. Story, last man standing, and the op shot missed. Kyofo, a crucial double, but Nemanha's the one that unlocks the... I think they're boosting as well on the A bomb site. But it means that there won't be any flank activation here from Z10. That's because they want to get aggressive. A flash is perfect. AVN in support, but Simka with the double. Sure, there is a trade, but they're not quite done with it just there. That one-way smoke doesn't serve much of a purpose while they're blind. U-Jerks couldn't see a thing, but already peppered down to 46.
Refresh on the smoke down right at the mouth of the stairs as well. But this re-peek was egregious. They couldn't let them get away with it. Brute does end up falling. Story now going for a bit more. Flash will allow him to peek. At least that's what he thought. But AVN had ducked out behind the generator. To make sure that it was a slightly easier duel for him. At least his A bomb site is as vacant as can be. But Z10 will have the numbers advantage on the retake.
A kit available, and once again, just not having utility. No smokes to help section off this site. No Molotov in for the sandbags either. Roman will hold that position to a T. It's all about U-Jerks and how much he can be a presence. Lack thereof. Instant headshot. Now it's a Roman 1v3. Might be able to piece this one together, but it's planted, exposed to short. They have to maintain angles, maintain position, actually keep Roman locked in. A lot of damage done, and an extra bullet will do him in, but the sandbags providing too surmountable a cover, and no one covering for Kyofo. Nemanha couldn't cover, and now suddenly Roman away from our tangents. Technical pulls figured out, and right back into the swing of things. Round number 8 underway, and the AWP of Brute already on the deck.
So let's start. U-Jerks wants to continue forward. Roman as well, right behind him to give him the backup. Keofo's only good for one. Roman given time to spin. And my man has been spinning all game long.
I couldn't have gone any worse, actually. Don't try and silent drop, just fall.
Oh. Also out an AVN is burning, but you know what? What's that thing the kids say? Let them cook. They're cooking, looking like a tasty little morsel. for Saw to eat right up.
Well, if there was anything to recover in from heaven, it's all been blown sky high. A series of nades land at the feet of Kyofo. He's doing alright. Still healthy enough to take a couple more bullets. And a couple more bullets is probably what he will sustain. Roman clearing the angle, and no casualty
Otherwise.
Boost being watched for. Simka has the headshot lined up,
Oh my
but
God.
Arozdosh too quick. And AVN will find a trade, but Arozdosh has scaled in and got himself into the double box. AVN won't know. The flash is actually not great. Arozdosh caught by it, but good enough to keep the rest of Z10 away from this bomb site. A man advantage that is pushed even further. Wow. In an instant, they wanted to go for that retake. They wanted to consider it, but
Not quite the good old Alexi B OG versus Sprout Dust 2 1000 utility damage game, but yeah.
best part is they're not even going to that side of the map. So all those nades drop for nothing. Zilch, nada. 2 kills to start this off, and Saw are already in a position where they can split, but they may not even need the second prong to the assault. Muterus actually made redundant. U-Jerk's there to trade. And Namanha's going to throw a nade if he... the last...
From behind it, Roman has actually tried to move through a smoke many times over, but now it's Simka, who should actually have that jump on Arozdosh, but Arozdosh moving back in through the smoke. Simka now expected!
Jeez.
I have no idea how he gets that.
They actually just can't get a single one of these opening exchanges to fall their way. U-Jerks is... say quietly, you know, he's been involved in pretty much every single one of these rounds, but he's on 16 already. It's not like anybody's really lagging behind. Saw have done a great job of involving the whole squad. Execute going on either side of the map, but look at the pace that Saw implicating onto middle. If they did decide to go aggressive mid, they would have met them face on. But Z10 wanted to take deep control of B instead. Simka has the stairs at the very least, so a second prong to the assault cannot be accomplished, but that's only if they go towards the B bomb site. No guarantees just yet. They're rediverting. They're going back down ladder, and they will probably reset A.
Muterus is such a good IGL that he's counter-striding you. That's how good he is. Namana, fine story, takes him down. At least that's 1 kill to be found, but with Namana's position given up, he can't really give up his terrain. So he will continue to contest, and that's where Muterus does find him.
Alright, back to B they go.
Oh my god. Just came in to bump out Namana. Rude. As Dotcha will continue to create a nightmare out for Simka over here, and
One of the few times they found an opening advantage, and the boost is perfectly placed. U-Jerk's another casualty.
Roman, ice field, Namana has moved away. Roman's got the angle advantage on 2 players, but he can't actually finish off the spray. Koyofo's only got the MP9, so this is death guaranteed, but the bomb is rerouting, and Roman is keeping them all here. 3 players, but no, Brute will get the swing. An opportunity now taken up. 2 players who haven't rotated. Namana comes in from behind. Story with the flick is traded nonetheless. Koyofo, on barely any HP, has kept himself alive long enough to contribute.
It's a good angle.
Really good angle, is able to get away as well, and Kyopo is actually going to be looking to take advantage of it. Muterus spotted out, bomb's been dropped. Story trade is nice, but Z10 will still be in a fantastic position. Nimana's got all the information in the world, but not any of the shots. Roman to eliminate and recover the bomb, and doing so, great flashbang to force Brute off the angle, and Story just needs to watch out for the headshot position. Unfortunately gives it up though. Had to drop a smoke to his teammate, and that teammate then takes up the flak instead.
AVN still here. Flash from his teammate in an elevator, and AVN may go overlooked. No one approaching in from short just yet, but Sora not fully committed. AVN dealt with, trying to transition back to the site, and so Simka is left alone, and he's been spamming all through those smoke.
Because this has been a masterclass from Saw. Nothing like it. Simka, though, great shot. Entry onto B has started things off. Muterus will be looking to respond. A jump up from AVN gives him the time needed to actually get the refrag. Regardless, Simka is still alive and kicking behind. AVN finally will be given a chance to avenge him now that Simka falls. But Story being as low as he is means that this is no-go round. Completely impossible.
Yeah, and he might be able to save armor. Actually, no, he took like 5 body shots, didn't he?
So he doesn't want to get head forward. Just wants to see if there's any kill to be found and gets the bomb down. That's information galore. Rotation from the B bomb site has been called as well. Kyofo is going to be pursued to some extent by Arizdoce, but with 28 seconds, it feels like this round may be going by the wayside. Roman will fall. Brute gives them the double entry they need to get onto the bomb site. At the very least, they've got smokes as well as Molotovs to try and chain through, but with the gap on the right side, they might start to explore.
Huge danger. One spotted on the flank, but they let their guard down. Muterus already got the AK from behind. Running out of bullets, but Story now gets his hands on a rifle of his own. A Brute and Story one-on-one. He'll face check the bomb, not even tapping it. Story taking a dink to the head, but down to 1 HP. A flash high. He's calling his bluff. Story full diffusing. Time is low, and Brute will swing in time.
Important one as well. Roman obviously showed what a nightmare he can be playing out the ramp. Oh, solid kill, man. You jerks are so sharp. He was obviously one of the big players to have sort of a lens or a spotlight on him. Such a good rifler. I think he ripped apart Saw at some point for a qualifier as well. They just recruited him immediately afterwards.
Can't beat him, join him. Or have them join you.
Muterus swings out wider. He's trying to play bait and switch for Arizdoce, but Arizdoce is not finding anything. Stories come in to help out, but Nemana's there to recover these frags. 15 seconds and the bomb is down. Brute, another round where he's called upon to go for a big clutch, but with positions revealed, he wants to go for a kill first. They're in.
The response to the B execute as well was on point. It's all prepped for a burst through mid. Story wide with that AWP and cannot bolt back in time, but Muter is there to clean up. There's a trade back from Kyofo, but none of these premium rifles have been attained. Him only on an SMG, and bomb dropped out in the open as well. So Nemanja, some space over at B, and it takes some time.
The possibility of even a full force spy. Flash is beautiful. That's so much info from that. Avian's been making noise as well, but now with backpacks shown off, Muterus is done exploring. 2 kills and he's happy with it. Can't say Z10 have been getting anything close to that. Z10 don't know where to go, and with middle closing in on them as well, Kyofo's demise just makes it more certain they've only got one route to navigate, and that is over to B. So much information given up, and while Simka's chucking out flashes, he's being peppered down by bullets instead. U-jerks to take him down, and Story provides backup that wasn't even necessary. Brute and Nemanja, they found some success in this round as far as kills are concerned, but something tells me
this flank,
well, it might activate, but Nemanja, he'll only be able to get 1. 2 would be impossible at this stage. And, well, I say that, but he's actually choosing to get aggressive, gets the first kill. He doesn't pull the trigger, but still finds Muterus even after revealing his position. The B bomb site has been given up.
Yeah, neither of them the wiser. Muterus full cleared mid, and it being reinvestigated. Nemanja has opened access.
Smoke down. Flash right next to U-jerks' face as well, but it will not be blinding him at all. He is more than happy for the first, but Simka spots out his feet, can just spray down into the smoke afterwards to take him down as well. Roman, dangerous with those pre-fires. And Simka will find the ultimate death, or rather, the ultimate danger.
Here's a nice little rat angle in middle. A favorite of mine. Kyofo You need to be prepared for it.
Oh.
I mean, answer, yes. Uterus didn't land the headshot, and Kyofo one bullets him with the AK. Back to 3-on-3. It's usually such a strong position because your head is hard to hit. It's hidden behind the sandbags.
Threads the needle.
Yeah, just between the individual bags, perhaps. Now they're poised for what looks to be an A-side finish. Story is predominantly alone, but here's some sound cues. Smoke's coming out, and the nade could finish off the job. Kyofo taken out of the equation. A man advantage, and it's pushed even further. Story almost does it single-handedly, but now reinforcements here. Now time is the biggest issue. Bomb cannot be recovered. The round is won. Seoul have won by default. A 16-7 scoreline on their map pick in the series, but it was never in doubt with the massive...
Obviously, we were quite impressed with what they had to show to us earlier on, but I hope that they have not been too daunted by Vertigo to be forgetting to show it in the first place. Let's see. Story starts off with a great shot, and he wants to make it twice over. The problem is the man on the other side's got a P250. Simca as well, happy to add to his pistol round tally.
Yeah, when Story got dinked, he knew he was in for a bad time. Couldn't escape. Completely trapped. That's the disadvantage of being in an off angle so wide. No retreat path. Yeah, trades, they're going to be satisfied with how it started. Ujerk's revealing himself in towards dark. Got a couple of tags onto the Manha. It shouldn't be too consequential. A creep now through mid, and Solve actually reinforced it. Ooh, but they rotate back to that A-bomb site. Ujerks might not get here in time. In fact, he'll get smoked off even if he does.
He's going to want to start to push out through it, but they are expecting it. Namana and AVN quick to deal with any stragglers moving forward. Arizache! Well, they are actually... they're still committing to it. It all comes down to whether Roman finds a kill over here or not, though. Might be a bit much to commit after he's dead, if he's dead. Roman clears out all the angles necessary for platform to be ignored. Now Kyofo on the other side of things will be peeked into, but he's good for the frag, expecting a double swing, but one that never comes.
Yeah, I don't hate them committing to that, especially considering Roman had already taken the long path over towards A, deployed by the CTs, so Z10 are still held at bay.
Bosch actually spotted out the sandal of a D-side player crossing over as well while they're trying to assemble up the boost. 30 seconds. Smoke will dissipate. Kyofo late, but at least when he comes to the party, he does bring drinks with him. Arisdoce has been downed by the bottle. Roman and Mudras exchange lives out. Roman has got another, so 2-on-2. Gun recovered, and the T's have got fantastic positions to defend this bomb.
If they face Khan, Story's holding for it and playing it very slow. That's because Roman's coming in on a flank. They're not even considering it just yet on Z10, but as they try and peel forward, Kyofo's taking the high ground, and this makes it much more difficult. Roman's got the kit, and it's at distance. It's all about tracking this kill fast. Story doesn't have the time to waste, and him already being on low enough HP, he bails out. Knows Kyofo's position is far too strong, and the circumstances not quite with him. It's another round here for Zero Tenacity.
That could be coming through later on, though they have delegated that to Story instead. It's a peek from Mudras to give them one. Make it two, maybe? No. Simca continues to be a tyrant back in dark. With smokes now down, Arisdoce's rotation will be plenty late. Roman has been taken apart. Story late to refrag, and with the op, the only one that he could have gotten.
Yeah, spacing was good there as well from Brute. Made sure to keep shoulder to shoulder after finding that opening pick, and Story just, I mean, never stood a chance basically once this game so far.
Feels like that's something that their coach might have scolded him about.
May not even needed the scolding. He was getting a beating last time he tried it too often.
All you gotta do is just show him a replay of all 6 of his deaths like that. As Dace playing bait and switch, but Mudras doesn't need any bait, and he will be switched out for in the end, or as Dace can do the same with the quick double.
I mean, that's beautiful. Said I wanted them to get a little bit of aggression towards the A side. That wasn't really what I had in mind, but it's perfectly executed. You know, Muterus finding those 2 kills and finding them so quick that the Z10 players actually couldn't swing wide enough to have ever seen Arrows Dosh. For utility usage, you know, last time they smoked off the stairs, this time they Molotoved it. And they felt much more brave about taking that fight through dark. The molly was even a little shallow, but still scared them. Nice peek from Uterus. The flash is beautiful.
Drops the bomb as well. Brute's position known. All they have to be careful about is AVN and his lurk back to B. Harsher blows. Sometimes you just gotta get a little roasty toasty.
I don't know what he's done.
He's getting a little roasty toasty? No? Okay.
Well, that was convenient. Don't know if it'll matter. Storia missed AWP shot and...
Flash pushing through. Flash is going to be dodged out on the second one. Nemano's flash does nothing there. He will find one, but is there the swing for the second? U-Jerks needed to find the kill. Simka, that's a smoke. He's already boss, so it doesn't count if he goes through it. That's what he's telling his coach right now.
I think Muter has spotted him as well just as he made that transition, so that Molotov down. Slow creep there from Kyofo. Story already holding with that AWP. He started the round in the previous, but not taking aggressive lines. Very defensive hold. And Brute inside of the smoke. Smokes are not walls, and Z10 use that expression to full effect.
Oh.
Just trades on trades from the Manhop.
More to come. This would be a big round for Muterus to be able to steal away. He will. Oh. Ooh, Smokes are being disrespected over here, but there's a method to the madness. Flashes will help out, make U-Jerks look a little bit more calculated, but it is still just forced down Kyofo's throat.
There was a T-side flash in there as well. That's why U-Jerks was blinded on his initial swing, but works both ways. Z10 now resetting. A man advantage being held at the current moment by the Portuguese. No one really hunting for information. And, you know, it's kind of a counter to what we saw on Vertigo, where Seoul are and always are continuously proactive, but now that they've got that opener, they don't feel like they really need to. They already made one move. It's not overcomplicated, but Aras Dosh doesn't have a lot of information to play off of, nor will he have quick support.
That's a big gap. One he's looking to exploit as well. Grenade is not going to find really any damage, almost at all.
Diverting.
They are, but it's not like Saw doesn't have players here ready to defend in, and already comes out the peak from U-Jerks. Good for the 1 damage on the second, and the USB to finish off the third. With Apex eliminated as well, I mean, for Saw, as Muterus does fall. One of the points that I forgot to mention is Saw becomes a much more legitimate contender for the actual title as well, and $100,000 with it. As a few of these bigger dogs are going to be brought down. And Manhunt, though, wants to make sure that Saw are going to be amongst those dead canines.
Yeah, make sure that Z10 are at least kept in the conversation as well. In-game leader has been very instrumental in a few of these rounds, but not a lot he can do without the bomb. The flash from his teammate blinding him fully. Story immediately found, but AVN has to be the guy to retrieve that bomb.
Roman's got some impeccable positioning. U-Jerks is also actually going to be looking to get the flank in, and with Avian's timing, the way it's going to work out right now, he shouldn't be completely ready. I say that, but I've spoken too soon. Thought he might want to accelerate just a little bit. Roman still very good position to be holding down, but he's displayed a propensity to start moving into canals in the late rounds before as well. AVN is asking for teammates to start coming over. Roman is going to be peeking into him, and AVN ready. The damage it does is more than enough to make up for the lack of positioning. Josh has been so good at playing this in a dynamic way.
Oh god.
But the smoke out means he's going to be having to deal with players who already passed it. Kyofo yet to reveal. The flashbang will not connect, and Arrows Dodge is just finding out. Will find both. Kyofo is so scared of pushing in there.
That nade made all the difference. Now a standoff behind the smoke in middle. Muterus doesn't stick around to phase it. AVN had nowhere else to go. Muterus isn't quite done with that spot just yet, but he hears the drop, and he could be right behind him on incredible timing. They're lined up for him as well. 2 kills in from Muterus. He's masterminded the perfect time, and Nama individually, but faster play here from Z10. Nade as well, slowing them down. Brute taking a lot of the damage there, but look at the fast flank in from U-Jerks. They've been getting aggressive through Canal so often, but it may not matter. Orzdosh, AWP actually lands the no-scope, but Brute in with a double, but low HP, it's all swept under the rug. Roman, 1 more kill added to the tally as well at the tail end. 3 from him. It's Saw to round out the half with 8. Stations from Saw, yes, but Z10 had some pretty solid winning positions. Saw not messing around. Straight into this A bomb site they go.
We'll be able to block out Kyofo with a flashbang out of smoke to his position. Nemara is as blind as a bat, but just as deadly apparently. He swoops down with AVN, collects the bomb, and 2 more kills with it. Saw have fallen apart. It looked like a perfect execute being set up and lined up, but got hit.
One of the exciting things about Anubis, there are so many quick rotations you can make. C2 ones feel a little bit drawn out, but T's have a whole world to explore. U-Jerks, as that smoke fades, getting close, and Namanha dodging flashes that never came. U-Jerks the entry, and Simka trying to sweep it, trying to get the trades, but can't. It's a triple entry from U-Jerks.
Teams to make a decision between actually trying to take down the weird lurking angle or just giving up the bomb side.
Yeah. He's getting a great spot as well, because if someone comes out from Acon, it's very infrequently will they look right. They have to worry about mid-house and the doors.
Flashbang is dodged out initially. Namana can just peek out comfortably behind it. U-Jerks is gone as well. Just traded out too quick. It's a 3-on-3 though. The bomb will be plantable. Damage in through the smoke as well as they're trying to set up a boost. Brute monster. Almost letting his teammate take a knee for him in more than just a literal sense. And in the meanwhile, Story finds AVN, so it's just a concentrated effort through the connector. A connector where Brute will be traded out. Simka is the one who's recovered an AK, and it's back down to a 1v1. But without the kit, this round is basically impossible. And Story realizes that he's backed off to safety.
I'm just trying to rationalize it. Flash in over at A. Actually going through the smoke. U-Jerks 1 kill, but can be countered by Kyofo. There's a gap in the smoke, and triple that could have been and would have been a more contestable round had he attained it, but Z10...
Many are just around the corner, and after that headshot, still doesn't know. It's only Kyofo who'd actually revealed himself. The A4, or the A1 could have feasibly rotated away by that point. Nice shot from Nemana as well, and it's all fallen apart for Saw. Arazdache will get 2 and bring things back to contention, but where is that bomb?
At the feet of the CTs. Inside of Canal, it's a little too far away from either of these 2 extremities players who are still trying to hunt down extra kills, but it's on Orozdosh to actually get his hands back on that package, and with only 30 seconds left, there has to be some urgency.
Realizes where Simka is as well, but the Deagle hitting a little bit too hard, and now Arazdache as well got well, right? So they're actively trying to contest that specifically, but it's a faster play to be, and Saw this time are going for the single round execute that they're not quite comfortable with, but they are looking goddamn good on it. 2 kills, damage on the 3, finished off by Story.
Sorry, you said single route? U-Jerks is a whole platoon of players.
He does look like it on these entries.
Yeah, their rifles have been a whole different story. You see the odds reflected by our partners. God. 1 to 11.6.
102. AVN's gone. Oh, Simka. Goodbye, buddy. Brute Monster will at the very least avenge him, but Ujurks has been a demon in dark. Bombs being recovered in the process. They might actually find Kiofo as well. Story needs to be careful not to just end up forfeiting this bomb. Kiofo's positioning is excellent, but he's not ready. No, it won't matter. Even if he gets the kill. I don't know how you miss a no-scope at that range, but you do apparently. Production, I'd love to see a replay of that.
Yeah, story
to be
is...
slowed down.
Top dark? Top dark.
Yeah. Alright. Brute's gone in the meanwhile. We're watching out for some pretty smokes. I think Roman might be giving Brute some company, but no, actually he's going to the afterlife himself to say hello to his prior opposition.
Story ain't missing a beat either. Smoke's down mid. Kyofo's trying to investigate, but Muterus has been here perpetually. Nemanha, I mean, he's a man after his own heart. He loves that position too. But this time he's on the receiving end as well. It's funny, we have quite a few direct head-to-heads, very similar roles. Yeah. But this is where I will agree. So
missing. Try and get some information. Kyofo's playing much more defensively on A than he normally does, not hugging the pill, ready to rotate quickly back to the B bomb site if it's necessary, but they've lost Nemanha, who's gone on an adventure. A very short adventure.
Yeah, this time it was all clear. This time there was no Muterus. It's like Schrodinger's cat, but this time there was a story there instead.
Oh. Nice shot, man. Ujurk just gets the better of Simka again and again. Now that he's come to his T side, AVN not long for the world either, and honestly, Z10 might not be either. Muterus catches out the rotation from Brute, but can't quite find the kill. But in a 1-on-5, Brute Monster is good, but not that good.
No, sorry. 16-10. It's a 2-0 for Saw in this lower bracket run. So 0 Tenacity out of the tournament.